I want to hear all of your glitch in the matrix, unexplainable, weird stories because they are fascinating to me. And we can make this a series. This can be episode 1 because I have plenty of them.
This story comes from this poster's mother and her experience with what almost seems like a timeline glitch, but with tangible proof that was left behind from the experience.
This one's my mom's. She was driving from Atlanta to North Carolina. It's the middle of the night. She's on the phone with my grandma, and my grandma is helping her over maps, Google Maps, because my mom was running out of gas and she was panicking a little bit because she was in the middle of nowhere, okay? Finally, over the hill, she sees a lit up, beautiful gas station. So she pulls in, she pumps her gas, uses her card, and then she goes to walk in to pee before she leaves. So she's walking towards the door, and as she gets to the door, her mom called her and goes, "You ran out of gas, didn't you?" And my mom's like, "No, I'm at a gas station. Is my car, do you not see it?" She said, "No, your car's like parked in the middle of nowhere. Where are you?" And she said, I'm at a gas station." And as she's saying that, she goes to pull the door and it's locked. And she looks up and there's a close sign, and she was like, "Oh, I just got gas, that's weird." She turns around, everything's dark. No lights on, no people, no cars, bars on the windows, boarded up windows, a completely abandoned gas station. It makes me want to throw up thinking about it. So of course, like any normal human, my mom's like, I've lost my mind, or I've fallen into a different dimension. She speeds off, gets on the interstate, completely weirded out, looks at her gas tank, her gas is full. She got gas at this non-existent gas station. It's not on her credit card history, nothing. They go back, look on maps, there's no gas station there. Never figured it out. It's been years.
The fact that there was gas in her car. Explain how there was gas in her car. If it had been an abandoned gas station, I'm sure her mom would have noticed before she started pumping gas. Like, this is just so weird to me. And this extra creeps me out because it almost feels like a video game taking pity on you. Like, stick with me here. Imagine you are playing a video game. Imagine you're in The Sims and you're driving your car and your car can run out of gas. And you, as the person like controlling The Sims, you're like, oh dang, they need a gas station. So you just like pop one in right quick. But then once it served its purpose, it's just gone. Was it that? Was it just a timeline glitch where she popped out of our timeline and into an alternate one where she could get gas, and would it be stranded on the side of the road? I don't know. But what's really interesting is I actually have a second gas station story for you.
I came across a delicious glitch in the matrix / time slip story for you, so let's get into it.
This story comes from Real Life Ghost Stories, who says that she found the following story on the 14 Times forum from an anonymous poster. And she just tells this story so well. So I'm gonna let her tell you the full thing, and then I'll be back to talk theories.
And our original poster stayed anonymous, but back in the early 90s, he was about 18, 19 years old and was working in a summer job. Now in this job, him and his colleague used to take a work van and they would drive the same route every single day. So it was a stretch of road through a forest, completely straight, thick forest on either side. They did it every day, multiple times a day. So this one day, they are driving back to their work building through this straight stretch of road in the forest when they realise they're nearly out of gas. And they decide, look, we're going to keep going, see how far we get, and then if we need to call somebody, we'll call somebody. At the time, the van had long-wave radio, and they reach this stretch of road and the radio cuts out, stops working, a black spot. And on the right-hand side of the road, they notice that there's this shed, this corrugated iron, flat-roofed shed that they've never seen before, with a handwritten sign that just says gas. So they're like, weird, we've never seen this before, but also great. So the pair didn't really think that much of it. They were kind of like, oh, how weird is it that we've driven this road every day and we haven't seen this gas station before? But they thought because it was so mundane, so normal, they just didn't register it in their brain. So the original poster goes into this corrugated iron shed. I mean, clearly I had never seen a horror film. But he goes in, he calls out hello. Eventually this little man in his 60s appears, and he's sort of short, he's round, he's wearing a pair of trousers held up by a pair of braces and a flannel shirt. He has these really thick Coke bottle glasses and like a Greek fisherman's hat. The original poster is like, well, I need to get some gas, and the guy seems quite put out by the whole thing. So he's fumbling around, getting this key, he's mumbling in Swedish. He goes out and he's sort of rocking from side to side, constantly watching the two men. And the two guys are like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to us. So they fill up with gas, and as they're driving away, they look in the rearview mirror, and the man is standing on the side of the road, sort of waving both hands in the air at them, and they're like, that was such a strange encounter. By the time they get back to their workplace, the van is on its last legs. It's sputtering, it's smoking, things are not looking good. So the work mechanic reckons that they've either put petrol or diesel into the van when they shouldn't have. And he's like, right, we need to siphon it out. So they siphon it out. But what comes out is sweet and smells like turpentine. And the mechanic looks at it and he goes, well, this is wartime gasoline. Where did you get this? Wartime gasoline was basically this sort of crude concoction that was used during wartime when people didn't have enough fuel, and it wouldn't make your car run efficiently, but it would make your vehicle run. So the two guys say, well, we stopped at that gas station along the road. And the mechanic is like, what gas station? There's no gas station along that road. There never has been. An original poster described this moment as being like a bubble burst. The two friends, the two work colleagues were suddenly like, we don't ever remember there being a gas station on that road. They went, eventually drove up and down the road. There was no sign of the gas station, no sign that there ever had been a gas station there. And in later life, the original poster was still really perturbed by this whole story, and he did some research. There never was a gas station there. But one of the really amazing things about this story is that he physically kept the receipt. This strange man in this strange gas station had handwritten a receipt and given it to him, and he had put it into his wallet. So he knew that he had physically been there. That fuel was put into the van somehow. But there was no evidence of there ever being a gas station there. So was it a glitch in the Matrix? Was it a time slip? Was it a step into an alternate universe? Why did the radios black out on that stretch of road? Who knows?
Like, was that not eerily similar to the last TikTok that we talked about with the gas station? Again, these two people seem to have glitched out of reality into some kind of alternate universe where they could get what they needed to get home. The fact that it was wartime gas, like, you can't just buy that. You cannot just go buy wartime gas. Like, that's not like a thing you can just do. It kind of makes sense too if they did slip out of their own timeline and into another one, that the guy who was like helping them would have been really confused and taken aback by such like a futuristic looking car. Because to me, what this seems like is that they went back in time, or maybe to another reality where there's currently some kind of war in that area. I don't know. Stories like these past two though, I just don't understand how that could possibly be explained. Especially in this one, just no gas station there, no gas station ever in that area.